Alright, this afternoon we're inspecting this single-story masonry chimney, 6431 85th Street. And the clearances are good. The antenna these days are just removed. The antennas are no longer viable, functional. There's a little crack. There's another crack in the flue liner. So this flue liner got cracked. You can see the camera coming up. So the crown needs to be redone. There's a crack in the flue crown. It is rebar reinforced, however, so the structure is good. We did a structure test. Only very slight structural movement, but not even noticeable. The exterior brickwork's pretty spalled. And what that means is that it's lost its smooth exterior surface. A couple cracks in the brick here. This is just flaking brick. And so there's a potential that at one point this chimney was painted white like the neighbor's paint, and someone removed the paint. Yeah, so there's a little bit of white paint in the joints here. So this may have been sandblasted to remove a layer of paint, or it just could be age, but water sealing will be recommended to extend the life of the chimney. One thing I needed to add in is there is a spark arrestor chimney cap. I just took it off to do the inspection. So we have the camera inside the flue. We'll go look at the flue. You saw the cracks. Those cracks are above the roof line. Okay, so again we're at the top of the chimney. There's the natural light I showed you, and the crack I showed you from the top as well. So the structure is pretty good, and so these cracks on the interior, we can get these fixed and sealed up, depending on what we find here. Anything major that wouldn't allow us to do that repair. Okay, so again, following this crack down. This is just shadow, so we're light and dark. We're going to get in the dark here. Keep sliding down. So it's all the way through that flue liner. Some eroded mortar in the joints. That's common in an older fireplace. No shifting or anything. So again, structure's good and solid. Okay, we're in the third liner down. So again, cracked. So the flue liner's cracked throughout. And so again, these cracks can be sealed with 3000 degree mortar, so it continues on down. By relining the entire flue with 3000 degree high heat mortar. In our case it's ceramic sealant. Other companies use a product called Thermocrete. Okay, fourth flue liner down. Again, missing some mortar in the joints, but not too bad. These ones are pretty tight together. That would be considered the mortar right there. And there's a potential this one was poured behind as well. Alright, so we're in the transition area here of the flue. So this is your transition. Transition looks good and solid. So again, the cracks in the flue are a major problem, but the transition looks good. Coming down, we're looking at the interior walls here. And the rest I'm going to be able to show you around the damper. There's the damper right there. Okay, so it's a non-code gas valve. The gas valves now need to be in the floor away from the firebox. And again, they don't want you turning the gas on at the fireplace. The crack in the firebox that needs to be repaired. Missing mortar. Need the new clean out. For a tighter seal. Better draw. Some good amount of creosote in here. worn mortar. So old chimney. A little gap there. Alright, and then there's a crack here at the corner of the breastplate. You can see there's a little void right there. I'm just shining the light just off of it. Another little crack right there by the damper. And so the chimney's going to need to be relined. This crack on the back wall is going to be repaired. And once these things are accomplished, the chimney will be satisfactory. So that concludes the inspection here. 6431 85th Street. So even though they say that this is technically to code, the gas is still live to this place. And so the gas needs to be run from a valve, a keyed valve, away from the opening. Okay, and the exterior, you can see it's a little bit cracked. It was rebuilt at some point in time. That's a bond beam of concrete to provide extra support and structure. That would probably have been the 1970s Santa Monica quake. And then this crack's gonna need to get sealed. And the outside clean outdoors cracked as well. It's no longer functional or operational, so we'll recommend replacing that as well. So the chimney needs a good amount of maintenance, but the structure is good. Crack sealing on the exterior. So instead of moving or trying to fall over the chimney cracks instead. And so again, these things can all be repaired. You see that top layer of brick. So that concludes the inspection.